Namaskar, I'm Ashok Vyas. Welcome to Vision of Asia with the community on ITV Gold this Sunday as we begin a recap of some of the important stories from last week. We'll begin, of course, with this week with Dr. Sudeep Parikh, special ITV Gold report on launch of Fearless Governance book by Kiran Bedi.
And now, time for weekly show with a passionate India lover, chairman of ITV Gold and Parikh Worldwide Media. Get ready for loving sharing from physician, philanthropist, publisher, and India advocate in This Week.
Welcome to This Week with Dr. Sudhir Parikh, where Padma Shri recipient Dr. Sudhir Parikh will be sharing his views on some of the issues making news this week in US, India and elsewhere. Thank you, Dr. Parikh, for talking to us.
Namaskar.
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 My first question today is, Liz Truss is the new Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. The challenges that lie ahead of her are inflation, which in the United Kingdom has exceeded 10% for the first time in 40 years. According to the Bank of England, inflation will hit 13% in October. Annual home energy costs would increase by 80% for Britain. Thousands of workers in the legal profession, the postal service, railroads, ports and garbage collection are striking in protest of the rising cost of living. Trade is also being impacted by Brexit, particularly with the European Union, which is the UK's top trading partner. Exports and imports are expected to be around 15% lower. The cost of food and energy is rising. How do you think will Liz Truss deal with this?
Well, first let me congratulate new Prime Minister Liz Truss. She was Finance Minister in Boris previous Prime Minister Boris administration. She is very smart, very seasoned, and very senior leader in the Conservative Party there in United Kingdom. She is usually moderately conservative, and now the mood of the country is such that she is kind of she won the election by talking very strict. Strict conservative, and she has a lot of challenges, particularly the inflation, as you mentioned, particularly the Brexit, because of Brexit, their trade with the other European countries is completely kind of upside down, and of course that's why there is a lot of unrest in the United Kingdom from the laborers and other workers, and in UK even this what you call worker association are very strong and very powerful, and it's very difficult. I mean, if they start protesting, then government has to listen. So I think she really faced with a lot of challenges, and let's hope so that she will do good.
So when this Brexit, UK decided to go for the Brexit, what was US stance on that? Particularly President Biden didn't seem to be too happy with that.
No, because see, the Brexit, they did a Brexit before even Biden time, even before Trump time probably. Because Brexit is because England thought that in order to protect their currency, or in order to protect their trades, certain businesses, they didn't want to be part of the European trade. Because once you are in the part of the European trade, all the rules and regulation applies from the European Union. And in European Union, according to UK or Britishers, that certain partners are very weak partners, economically speaking, like Turkey or like Spain, even like Portugal, and they did not want to carry that burden of weak partners with them. And they wanted to have all freedom how to trade with the whole world. I mean, different country of the world. And why the Biden was saying, against opposing that, because Biden is basically liberal Democrats, and the liberal Democrats wants everybody to work together.
Right.
Even though you have to suffer a little bit, it doesn't matter, and that's her philosophy.
Got it. So my next question. In a phone call to President Biden, both Liz Truss and Biden reinforced their commitment to strengthening global liberty, tackling the risks posed by autocracies, and ensuring Putin fails in Ukraine. What is the status of Russia-Ukraine war? Who is losing? Do the sanctions mean anything? Because Putin doesn't seem bothered.
Well, I think right now, obviously, Russia is losing because Russia thought that this war will be over within 2 to 4 weeks, and now it's almost 6 months. And not only that, but because of the war is dragging on, USA and European ally, NATO ally, has enough time to reinforce the Ukrainian army. And that's why now what I heard that from last week, Ukrainian army even started counter attacks and try to take back their land. So I think it's a completely mess. It's a stalemate there. And sanction is working, but no sanction works 100% anyway, because every country always behaves or act according to their own interest. So, but Russia is suffering, and I think it looks like it's a stalemate. No one is winning, and they are looking for face-saving formula so Russia can declare the victory and get out of it.
Moving on, President Joe Biden's administration on Tuesday said it would be counterproductive to brand Russia a state sponsor of terrorism, rejecting calls from Ukraine and lawmakers to take the far-reaching action. The United States only brands 4 nations as state sponsors of terrorism with much smaller economies than Russia's, which is Iran, Syria, North Korea and Cuba. In the recent past, Biden has called Putin a butcher, war criminal, committing genocide in Ukraine. Is the US going soft on Russia, or was it a case of Biden's mental faculty, which people believe is compromised?
No, I think President's mental faculty is intact and is good. So I don't think it has anything to do with that. This is called diplomacy or politics. In politics, always there's no permanent friend or no permanent enemies.
Right.
So if President Biden says something 2 months ago, doesn't mean that he would not say anything just opposite today, because it all depends upon the diplomacy and the current situation. So I think all this is a rhetoric, kind of political rhetoric and diplomacy, and so I would not pay much attention to it. And at the end of the day, USA needs Russia for trade, and Russia needs USA for trade and economic growth. And both country has more than enough nuclear armaments, which can destroy whole world 100 times. So they have to work together, even though they don't like each other. They have to cooperate with each other, and that's what Biden is saying.
Why wouldn't US call out China as a state sponsor of terrorism?
No, because China again is economically a second economy, the second largest economy in the world. So when the country which has very economically powerful, you cannot call them terrorists. Even though they might be doing some activities indirectly, which may describe as a terrorism, but you cannot say that in diplomacy.
Joe Biden's speech in Philadelphia warned that MAGA Republicans are a threat to American values and urged voters to choose a different path. He said Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the foundations of our very republic. What are your views on that?
Well, I think, he has something, again, it's a political rhetoric, right? Because there are half of the country believes in Trump conservatism, and half of the country believes in Biden liberalism. So we don't know who is right or wrong, but every issue has both sides. So you cannot judge whole thing and whitewash or brush up whole thing in one brush, and it means it's always all this thing is issue by issue, and certain issue. I mean, even Biden gave the help to the lot of money, pumped a lot of money to the all the families during the COVID time. It was necessary, and now if you look backward, then that is the main cause of the inflation now.
Right.
So now you cannot say that what Biden did is a wrong thing that time. So this is issues where you have to go by issue to issue. So nobody's right or nobody's wrong.
But this is like dividing the country and calling out, those people who support President Trump as extremists.
Well, I mean, again, it's a political rhetoric, just like we have in India, right? Whatever BJP does, somebody calls out extreme, and whatever Congress does, BJP tells them extreme. So we don't know. It has no much meaning, that kind of rhetoric.
Goldman Sachs thinks the US is likely to avoid a recession. They noted the economy is showing resilience, including a healthy August jobs report that showed employers are still hiring. Inflationary pressures on good prices has clearly eased, and some overheated prices, for example, used cars, are starting to fall in absolute terms. To be sure, the Goldman analyst added that a recession is still a 1 in 3 possibility. What do you think?
I think it's a 50-50 possibility. And actually, by definition, we are already in recession. We are not waiting for recession. We are in recession. Because any recession means, by definition, if 2 quarters of growth is negative, it means there is recession.
It is.
So now you have to describe whether this recession is a mild recession, temporary recession, or it's a moderate or sticky recession. So the time will tell. And as right now, Fed is keep increasing the rate, it means they believe that this inflation is very sticky, and that's why they will raise the rate till end of the year or even till next spring, and break the and bring the mild recession, and which then they will reverse themselves. So I think we are in recession. So you cannot say that there will not be recession.
Okay. My next question. Despite continuing Western pressures, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Wednesday spelled out India's keenness to expand trade, connectivity and investments with Russia while speaking virtually at the 7th Eastern Economic Forum being held in Vladivostok. And Russia and China recently conducted joint military drills. Where is all this leading to? Should India rethink its strategies and relationship with Russia?
I don't think so, because all this trade, the economical friendship, then what is right and wrong, and the economic thing is one hand, and the joint military exercise is other part. So, but they don't mix to each other, because joint military exercise doesn't mean that they are trying to, tomorrow they will trying to attack India. Same thing, India is doing joint exercise with the USA, Australia, Japan, and Japan. And so then that doesn't mean that we are ready to attack anybody. So I think again it's again a very individual issue and individual analysis on that issues.
Okay. My last question. Kids are back to school, the summer is coming to an end, and we have the season of festivities coming. What is the lineup of events for ITV Gold that our audience should look forward to?
Well, I think we're going to show more of reality programs. We're going to show more interviews, more expert advices, plus we are going to show, of course, nice soap operas. In the morning, we are showing the Doordarshan News, which is authentic news from the government of India, and also we are have hour or two of spiritual spiritual kind of communication with the gurus like Sadguru and Sri Sri Ravi Shankar. So I think these are our lineup, and hopefully, and some Bollywood movies too. And hopefully people will enjoy it better.
And of course, the Navratri is just round the corner, and
Yes.
Diwali.
And then, of course, we are covering our community events so much and so extensively, and we are showing that. And I'm sure people will enjoy that.
Thank you for your views and opinion, Dr. Parekh. Any closing statements before we depart?
Yes, dear friends, you know that now schools are opening up, summer is ending, fall is coming. So be careful from the COVID infection. Try to be wearing mask when you are indoor with the crowd. And of course, all the kids should get their vaccination according to their indication. And the second, another booster dose is coming, which has combination of the COVID and Omicron together. And most likely all the adult with the comorbidity or adult with the 55 and above should get that fourth injection sometime in October, November.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Yes, and again, I would like to say that God bless America, God bless Indian Americans, God bless India, and we'll see you next week. Till then, goodbye.
Festival of festivals, as some people term Ganesh Utsa, has something to do with the origin of the form of Lord Ganapati. And while Hindus celebrate it across the globe with a lot of devotion and enthusiasm, Lord Ganapati is worshipped at the beginning of every auspicious event, and it has become a tradition at Woodbridge to observe Ganesh Chaturthi with the presence of 14 feet high form of Lord Ganapati, and that came from Mumbai. The event organizers, 1947 Production and Entertainment, managed successfully to not just organize, but to attract large number of devotees, dignitaries, and while they got the opportunity of being in the presence of Lord Ganapati with joy, the Sunday also marked special celebration of Ganesh Visarjan. We have our exclusive report.
पार्थिवेश्वराय नमः ध्यायामि ध्यानार्थे सकलोपचारार्थे सायं पूजनार्थे गन्धाक्षतपुष्पाणि समर्पयामि प्रार्थनापूर्वकं नमस्करोमि अथ धूपः हरिः ॐ अशुभसि हत्वा कृष्णाः शकनाधूपया मित्सकं विलासिलोकरक्षकं अनायकैकनाथकं विनाशिते वदैत्यकं नताशुभाशुनाशकं नमामि विनायकं नमस्ते गणनाथाय गणानां पतये नमः मंगलमूर्ति। सभी भगवान गणेश जी का ध्यान करें। अभी सायं धूप दीप नैवेद्य और महाआरती हो रही है।
एक सेकंड में गणपति बाप्पा गणपति बाप्पा।
So if you have it, raise your hand. We'll make sure we'll count your money and you can get the book. So who has $55 here right now? Raise your hand, please. Okay, the gentleman in the red shirt. Let's see. Let's see your $55. Come on up here. Come on.
12.5 lakh के bid पे थी. So that shows the popularity of this book. Whosoever wins, when you bid, all the proceeds goes to those underprivileged kids, and it will be personally autographed with Dr. Kiran Bedi ji. So can I have an opening bid? And Amazon, without the autograph, the book is being sold for $50. Without the autograph. Today you get a chance to get an autographed book. Do I have a bid for more than $50?
We really enjoyed the Ganesh festival here. We had a lot to learn. There was a lot of booths here, a lot of fun activity and some great food. Guys, this is the best thing to teach your kids about the different cultures that we have that we don't get an opportunity to teach them in the US. I've been coming in this festival since last 3 years, and this festival is amazing for the kids and adults to know about our culture and how our God and the things, to know about our religion and God.
First of all, I want to thank you, Japan Bhai here and Bharat Bhai here for getting me here to New Jersey. It was an amazing experience spending time with all the wonderful people over here, and especially celebrating Ganesh Chaturthi here with the people of New Jersey at Woodbridge Mall. बहुत यहाँ पर जो energy है मुझे पहले बहुत दुख होता था कि मैं इंडिया में नहीं हूँ, पर जब जपन भाई ने मुझे यहाँ बुलाया और मैंने यहाँ का अरेंजमेंट देखा, मैं इतना खुश था कि हमारे सब लोग यहाँ पर मिलजुल के इतने एनर्जी के साथ, इतने ज़ोर से ये फेस्टिवल मना रहे थे। मेरा मन खुश हो गया और I mean the smile says everything that's on my face right now.
Indian American festivals also organized Ganesh Utsa at Hicksville. The event was organized at Broadway Mall. This was, of course, the presence of Lord Ganpati, but there were other events, including cultural program by kids, wonderful Indian dances, Mata Ki Chauki, and presence of author and motivational speaker Omindra Ratnu, who has written a book, Maharanas. The event that began with traditional puja and havan successfully connected with the joyful spirit of Lord Ganpati to many, many visitors in Hicksville. Here are some highlights from this 3-day festival.
Shri Ganesha Om Nidhina Antva Nidhipatigum Havamahe Kavim Kavinamupamashravastamam Jyeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashrunvannodibhisse Dasadana Goswaha.
गणपति बापा मोरिया करते हुए हम जो ये गणेश चतुर्थी के साथ में एक गणेश महोत्सव का आयोजन हिक्सविल में है, इसके पीछे आपका जो समर्पण या एक प्रकार से आप उस संगठन के अध्यक्ष के रूप में भी सक्रिय हैं, तो पहले तो बताइए इस बार क्या अंतर आपको लग रहा है पिछले साल से?
हर साल ये ज़्यादा मशहूर हो रहा है, ज़्यादा अच्छा हो रहा है, क्योंकि हमें जो एक्सपीरियंस होता है हर साल उससे हम सीखते हैं, जो गलती होती है उसको दोबारा नहीं दोहराते और ज़्यादा लोग हमारे साथ जुड़ रहे हैं। जो लोग यहाँ पे 2 साल पहले आए थे वो फिर आए हैं, जो लास्ट ईयर आए थे वो अपने
दोस्तों को
परिवार वालों को लेकर आते हैं। तो इस बार हमने ज़्यादा बड़े टेंट लगाए हैं, अच्छी क्वालिटी के टेंट्स लगाए हैं। हमारे साथ जो गलती हुई थी 2-3 साल पहले वो हम इस बार नहीं होने देंगे।
क्या गलती थी?
एक तो ये कि जैसे कोई दिन होता है, पिछले साल हमने फ्राइडे सैटरडे संडे को रखा था, इस पर हमने सैटरडे संडे और मंडे को रखा। मंडे भी हॉलीडे है यूएसए में,
बहुत अच्छा।
तो 3 दिनों छुट्टी है, तो हमें ऐसी आशा है कि ज़्यादा लोग आएंगे।
ओम नमो व्रातपतये नमो गणपतये नमः प्रमथपतये नमस्ते अस्तु लंबोदरायैकदन्ताय विनाशिने शिवसुताय श्रीवरदमूर्तये नमो नमः स्वाहा।
तो आज का जो समारोह है ये बहुत ही सुंदर समारोह है। डॉक्टर राकेश शर्मा जी ने इसको स्थापित किया है और वो दशहरा करते हैं और ये भी करते हैं, तो ये बहुत अच्छी चीज़ है। हम लोग एक चीज़ की चर्चा करते रहते हैं कि हमें यूनिटी नहीं होती है। हमारे धर्म में तो हर एक महीने कुछ ना कुछ होता ही रहता है, तो अगर भगवान के प्रति अगर हम यूनाइटेड नहीं हुए तो फिर किस बात पे यूनाइटेड होंगे।
मैं पंडित राम निवास दीक्षित आज हिक्सविल में गणेश महोत्सव में उपस्थित हुआ हूँ। आज सुबह में बड़े धूमधाम से भगवान गणपति का पूजन हवन आरती हुआ। भगवान गणपति आप सभी को घर में मंगल कामना शुभकामना करें, सभी के दुख कष्ट दूर हो।
ओम नमो व्रातपतये नमो गणपतये नमः प्रमथपतये नमस्ते अस्तु लंबोदरायैकदन्ताय विनाशिने शिवसुताय श्रीवरदमूर्तये नमो नमः स्वाहा।
विघ्न सारे हट जाएंगे, इसकी आशा भगवान के प्रति श्रद्धा से हमारे मन में जो बढ़ती है उसको लेते। आप बताइए जो भगवान के हाथ में लड्डू है उसका क्या महत्व हम मान सकते हैं साधक के रूप में?
भगवान का पास आने के लिए भगवान कुछ देते हैं हमको हमारे लिए। क्या है जी, मेरा हाथ में लड्डू है, मेरा पास कोई आए तो वो लोग को देने के मैं तैयार है। सर लड्डू केवल लड्डू नहीं है, भगवान बोलते हैं मैं वरदायक हूँ।
हरे क्लीं ग्लौं गं गणपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वशमानय स्वाहा स्वाहा।
ये बहुत ही आनंदमय दिवस है और इसका इतना लंबा और इतना बड़ा इन्होंने आयोजन किया है कि 3 दिन तक ये फेस्टिवल चल रहा है और ये हमारे समाज की बहुत ही आवश्यक चीज़ है इस समय, क्योंकि धीरे धीरे हम लोगों को अपने कल्चर से, अपने रिलीजन से धीरे धीरे दूरी हो रही है और इस फेस्टिवल के होने से वो दूरी अब दूर हो रही है। गणपति बप्पा मोरिया, मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया।
नमस्कार के साथ में गणपति बप्पा मोरिया कहते हुए साथ में जय माता दी कहने का भी मन रवि कंचन जी के साथ हो जाता है। और गणेश उत्सव महोत्सव हिक्सविल में आप पधारे और आपने जो माता की चौकी के द्वारा सबको एक अलग ही भाव दशा तक पहुंचा दिया, तो आपको खुद को कितना आनंद आता होगा, आप ये बताइए।
मैं तो 7 साल की उम्र से इस लाइन में हूँ और पहले शुरुआत ढोलक से हुई मेरी, बाद में आस्ते आस्ते जागरण में जाना शुरू हुआ, फिर आस्ते आस्ते फिर अपना ग्रुप बनाया मैंने। वहाँ इंडिया मेरा मेन ग्रुप जागरण का ही था। 2007 में यहाँ पर आया हूँ, तो यहाँ पे भी आके मैं प्रोग्राम कर रहा हूँ लगातार।
He has been a backbone of Indian community in New York. He has his own show on ITV and is a good friend of mine, a real champion of Hinduism, someone who speaks Hindi better than anybody else. I would like to acknowledge his presence here and all the help that he has provided to Indians over the last so many years.
अम्मे अम्बिके अम्बालिके नमानेति कस्यनहत्यस्वका सुभद्रिकां तां पीलवासिनीं मा ॐ विघ्नेश्वराय वरदाय सुरप्रियाय लम्बोदराय सकलाय जगद्धिताय नागाननाय स्तुतियज्ञविभूषिताय गौरीसुताय गणनाथ नमो नमस्ते। भक्तार्तिरासनपराय गणेश्वराय सर्वेश्वराय सुभदाय सुरेश्वराय विद्याधराय विकटाय च वामनाय भक्तप्रसन्नवरदाय नमो नमस्ते। हरि बोल जय राधा रमण 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 हरि बोल।
you to this man who has done an incredible job of reading the book Maha. इतिहास के साथ हमारे छेड़छाड़ नहीं हुई, हमारे इतिहास की हत्या हुई। तो उसका तो निरूपण इस पुस्तक में मैंने किया है। न्यूटन ने एक पेड़ से सेब गिरते हुए देखा, उसकी बुद्धि में प्रश्न उठा कि ये सेब क्यों गिरा, और वो गुरुत्वाकर्षण के सिद्धांत पर पहुंचा। ग्रेविटी वाज डिस्कवर्ड बाय एन ऑब्जर्वेशन। मैं वो अभागा राइटर हूं जो कि खोज पहले हो गई। 100 करोड़ हिंदू इस धरती पर कैसे हैं अगर 1400 वर्षों से इस्लामी आक्रांता हम पर सतत आक्रमण कर रहे थे। मैं इस निष्पत्ति से कार्य पर गया हूं कि कुछ न कुछ हमारे पुरखों ने अवश्य किया होगा कि आज भी 1400 वर्षों के बाद भी 100 करोड़ हिंदू इस पुण्य वैदिक सनातन हिंदू भूमि पर जीवित हैं, स्पंदित हैं और आलोकित हैं।
And now we take you to another important Ganesh Utsa, which also this year included Maha Kumbhabi Sheikham, the special offerings made after 12 years to re-energize the temple. Jeernodhar and Maha Kumbhabhishek at Hindu temple Flushing attracted many devotees. There were over 30 priests performing elaborate yajna, and the final day on 7th September gave them the opportunity to see the Abhishekam on Gopuram, on the rooftop of the temple. We also talked to Swami Raman Swarupa Nandji here at the temple, and here are some glimpses from this 8-day special Maha Kumbhabhishekam at Hindu temple, Flushing.
Namaskar, I'm Ashok Vyas, and this is Hindu temple. We also say Ganesh temple, and it is here at Flushing in New York. What has happened after 12 years, Maha Kumbhabhishekam, as is due to take place, COVID deferred that year, but the way it was conducted with over 30 priests. What you see behind me is the main Havan Kund, and there were other Havan Kunds. Mantras from all 4 Vedas were chanted. As I mentioned, probably over 30 priests were here, and of course priests who are residing priests with the temple also participated. A lot of volunteers, and under the leadership of President of Hindu Temple Society of North America, Dr. Uma Mesurekar. The way it was conducted by the grace of Maha Vallabha Ganapati created a surge of joy among devotees.
श्री महावल्लभ गणपति स्वामिने नमो नमः वेदोक्त मंत्र पुष्पांजलिं समर्पयामि.
it adds to the self-esteem of those who are followers of Sanatan Dharma.
Bhagavan Sri Raman Maharshi, he has always taught self-inquiry, to know who am I. His teaching can be summarized in 4 words: Deham Naham, Koham, Soham. Deham Naham means I am not this body. We all tend to take ourselves to be this body, but Bhagavan's core message is I am not this body. Koham means Kaha Aham, then who am I? When you inquire within, then you will realize that Soham, Sahaham. I am not this, but I am that, means that Paramatma. So that is his teaching. So I am a devotee of Bhagavan Sri Raman Maharshi, and we are on a US Satsang tour, everywhere going, taking the message of Bhagavan Sri Raman Maharshi. So I am going to be here for the next 1 month. And it so happened, when I came to New York, I was told that this Kumbhabi is happening. This Vallabha Ganapati Maha Kumbhabi is happening. Whenever I visit US, I make it a point to visit this temple because I love this temple. Basically, I love Ganapati, Ganesha, and in our ashram also we have a good shrine for Ganapati. So this Vallabha Ganapati is special to me. So even in my wallet I carry his photo. So I was so delighted. So I just phoned these people and they invited me. So I came here. The whole day I was here, and in Anandam.
Allow me to seek your insight on the way mantras, all 4 Vedas and very elaborate yajna took place before Maha Kumbhabi Sheikham. Many devotees don't understand Sanskrit, they don't follow, yet the vibrations of these Sanskrit chants, it does something on us on the subtle level. So talk to me about your experience of witnessing and listening to these chants.
Yeah. See, every 12 years we need to do this Kumbhabhishekam to re-energize the whole temple, the murtis and everything. And all these Vedic scholars, they are very good at it and they did a wonderful job. And these mantras, when they are chanted, every mantra has got a power. It is all revealed by great rishis, not given by any Tom, Dick and Harry, revealed by great rishis. So they have got great power. It is called as Mananat Trayati iti mantra. When you chant the mantra, you are sort of taken care, and Trayati means you are protected. So that is mantra. See, in fact, these mantras when you chant, it takes the mind deep within. See, our minds are always extrovert, na? So that is why we suffer in this world. So to dive deep within, these mantras will help. They have got a power to take us inside. So that is why these mantras are very, very important. And when I was sitting here, I was contemplating on the Lord, and these mantras helped me to dive deep within.
Bolo Shri Vallabha Mahaganapade, Jai Bolo Shri Maha Vallabha Ganapade, Ganapati Bappa, Mangala Murti,
and you see a lot of beauty of symmetry of colors, as well as the way it is given in the Agama Shastras, these festivities which brought a lot of joy, intensified devotion, and indeed it adds to the self-esteem of those who are followers of Sanatan Dharma. So with a lot of gratefulness, joy, love, and a sense of deep prayer for peace and harmony for the whole world. Thanking each and everyone. This is Ashok Vyas here at Hindu temple, sharing some glimpses of this wonderful, joyous, uplifting and incredible celebration. Namaste.
While we recollect the important festival of Teej, which is primarily observed by girls and women in Rajasthan, we also remember now the contemporary versatile artist Ruma Devi, who has not just been recognized for her talent, dedication, and commitment to serve. Her presence also brought additional joy, as well as it added to the source of inspiration. The honoree of Nari Shakti Award, Ruma Devi, hails from Rajasthan. And there was an event organized in the presence of National General Secretary of Bharatiya Janata Party, Sri Kailash Vijaya Vargi. Here are some highlights from this event organized in New Jersey.
बहुत अच्छा लगा। ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं लगा कि हम इंडिया से बाहर हैं, आते ही इतना अच्छी तरीके से स्वागत, घूमर, डांस और लगभग पोशाक पहनी है, रंग बिरंगे कपड़े पहने हैं, तो इंडिया ही नहीं पूरा राजस्थान दिख रहा है मुझे तो। राजस्थान के कलर होता है ना, कलरफुल, वैसा पूरा राजस्थान जैसा दिख रहा है। बहुत अच्छा लगा कि आप यहाँ पे तीज जैसे त्यौहार यहाँ पे भी मना रहे हैं, वो जो अपनी परंपरा है वो आगे के लिए रेगुलर कर रहे हैं, नई जो पीढ़ी है उनको भी साथ में लेके चल रहे हैं, बहुत अच्छा लगा। ऐसे ही अगर रहा तो अपनी जो परंपरागत चीज़ें हैं वो पीछे नहीं छूटेगी और हम आगे लेके बढ़ेंगे। मैं 2-3 दिन पहले लॉस वेगस में थी, तो वहाँ पे भी इनवाइट किया था कि हाँ घर पे खाना है, लगभग 10 फैमिलीज थी, लेकिन सब ने पोशाक पहन रखी थी कि आप आ रहे हैं, हम पोशाक, मतलब इतना अच्छा लगता है कि इंडिया से बाहर भी लोग अपने कल्चर को नहीं भूल रहे हैं।
And now time to say goodbye from today's Asia Voice of Community, but time also to recollect, be your friends on our Facebook page, subscribe to ITV Gold's YouTube channel, and keep writing events at itvgold.com. Stay safe. Stay well. Thanks for being with us. This is Shuk Vyas. Namaste.